The tragic passing of Nate White, a talented young athlete and former running back for the Wisconsin Badgers, has left the sports community in mourning. At just 20 years old, Nate's life was unexpectedly cut short in Brookings, South Dakota. While the cause of death has not yet been publicly disclosed, the heartbreak among family, teammates, and fans has been immediate and profound. Nate's death has stunned both his former and current institutions. Having recently transferred to South Dakota State University, SDSU, he was preparing to begin a new chapter in his athletic career. Those who knew him describe him as humble, hardworking, and deeply passionate about football. His vibrant energy and relentless commitment to the sport made him a standout on and off the field. Roots in Milwaukee. The foundation of his journey. Born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Nate White made an early name for himself on the football field. His impressive performances at Rufus King High School quickly earned him recognition as one of the top high school running backs in the state. His agility, speed, and vision allowed him to dominate games, often leaving defenders trailing behind him as he raced toward the end zone. During his junior year, Nate rushed for an outstanding 1,163 yards and scored 22 touchdowns, achievements that earned him the title of Offensive Player of the Year in his conference. By the end of his high school career, he had amassed a total of 1,345 rushing yards and 26 touchdowns. His achievements weren't just numbers on paper. They represented years of discipline, countless hours of training, and an unshakable drive to succeed. A promising start with the Wisconsin Badgers. Nate's high school success led him to the University of Wisconsin, where he became part of the Badgers' 2023 recruiting class. A four-star recruit according to national scouting platforms, Nate had a bright collegiate future ahead of him. Though he did not see game time during his initial season, he continued to train with dedication, embracing every opportunity to grow under the guidance of top-tier coaches. His willingness to adapt was evident when he briefly transitioned to wide receiver during the 2024 preseason. This move showcased not only his versatility, but also his team-first attitude. Coaches and fellow players praised him for his work ethic, and he remained an integral part of the program, contributing to the team dynamic even when he wasn't on the field. A new chapter at South Dakota State University. In January 2025, Nate transferred to South Dakota State University, seeking new opportunities to showcase his talents and secure more playing time. It was a fresh start filled with hope and renewed determination. During spring drills, he impressed the SDSU coaching staff and was being considered for the lead role in the Jackrabbits backfield for the upcoming season. His impact at SDSU went beyond football. Nate's presence was quickly felt within the locker room and among the wider campus community. Faculty, teammates, and friends described him as charismatic, respectful, and inspiring. His teammates looked up to him, not just for his athletic skills, but for the positivity and leadership he brought into every room he entered. Tributes from coaches, teammates, and the community. The announcement of Nate's passing triggered an overwhelming response of grief and remembrance from both the University of Wisconsin and SDSU. Wisconsin head coach Luke Fickell expressed his deep sorrow, emphasizing that the program was heartbroken and praying for Nate's family. His statement echoed the feelings of the entire Badger community, many of whom had watched Nate grow from a promising recruit into a respected teammate. At SDSU, head coach Dan Jackson remembered Nate as a hard-working, passionate young man who never stopped smiling. He praised Nate's contributions to the team and promised that the program would honor his legacy throughout the upcoming season. University President Barry Dunn also released a statement acknowledging the depth of sorrow the campus felt, noting how quickly Nate had earned the admiration and respect of those around him. The outpouring of grief across social media was flooded with emotional tributes from Nate's current and former teammates. Words poured in from fellow players who had shared locker rooms, training sessions, and long practices with him. Quarterback Cole LaCrue posted a heartfelt message stating that his heart was broken upon hearing the news. Wide receiver Trech Kekahuna wrote, "This don't feel right, bro," while others simply shared, "Rest easy, Nate Dog." These messages weren't just public statements. They reflected the personal connections Nate had built throughout his young life. Teammates described him as the kind of person who would light up a room, lend a helping hand, or share a joke to lift spirits during tough times. His absence is already being deeply felt by those who were fortunate enough to know him. Legacy of resilience and kindness. Though Nate White's time in college football was brief, His legacy is enduring. He will be remembered not only for his athletic potential, but also for his humanity. Those who coached him and played alongside him speak of a young man who led by example, never flashy, always grounded, and continuously pushing himself to be better, both as an athlete and a person. Nate embodied what it meant to be a student-athlete, committed, coachable, and driven. His passing serves as a sobering reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment. He leaves behind a trail of achievements, friendships, and memories that will continue to inspire those who follow in his footsteps. Final reflections. A life that inspired many as the sports world reflects on this devastating loss. The memory of Nate White remains powerful. From his early days in Milwaukee to the college fields of Wisconsin and South Dakota, he showed the world what dedication, perseverance, and humility could look like in action. Even in his short life, Nate made a profound impact. In the coming days, both universities are expected to hold tributes and memorials in Nate's honor. The upcoming football season at SDSU will undoubtedly carry his spirit, with players and coaches alike dedicating their efforts to the memory of a teammate who gave his all. Nate White may no longer be with us, but the light he brought into the world will never be forgotten.